To God be the glory. We give thanks to the Lord for his good, for his mercy endures forever.
We are here this morning to welcome you properly into your
over 100 to over 400 years. So the Europeans were dominant here.
Wow.
Whatever has transpired,
I see all the
I told you yesterday.
It is a densely populated area, very dense populated.
This morning we are here to welcome you back to the main stage of this So
I told you the fun.
and then as we go on, so much.
We're so glad you're here.
We are privileged to have our modest here. Tells you you are. So this morning, just to finish your mind.
Yes, ma'am.
What man? Amen.
Chinese.
No, you're fine, love. That's still fine, you're fine.
So you can sample everything here.
So what is these shackles? What is this here?
When baptism was being done in cleansing, and asking for
Every cell, oh yeah, Danado, Doso Maye,
She was privileged. The grandparents documented exactly where they were coming from. So that is why Obama, although he's a Kenyan descendant, because of the wife, decided to give his maiden speech to Africa in Ghana. Wow. Because of Michelle. Which is now called Jamestown. The road from that end, they were dominant. So Accra, we have British Accra, we have Baines Accra, we have Dutch Accra, we have Brazilian Accra. Brazilian Accra, those who were freed from Papa, they came back. And then they settled in an area for British Brazilian Accra. So today we'll be visiting that place to see where the Brazilians settled. And then we'll go to Jamestown and see the monuments of the British, why they were dominant there. They had the James Fort sighted there. That is where Kwame Nkrumah and the imprisoned. They have other trading facilities also there, trading posts where they carted their goods from the shore. Jamestown Harbor in Accra.
Hey.
But the original name is English. But Accra, the central part of Accra has been divided into the European portions. They rode from area to area. So that is why we have the Jamestown Accra, that is the British Accra. We have the Danes Accra, we have the Dutch Accra. So we'll go and learn much about that. Yeah, we'll learn much about that. And then we'll see places where they had their footprints. They had their footprints.
By carrying the bodies.
Any other question? Before we get there, I told you Accra is the capital. The indigenous owners of Accra are called Adangbe. The Gan Adangbe people. They migrated from Israel. Through Egypt, Ethiopia, Sudan. Yes. Yes, you go there. You go to the house where the leader's house. And it's not part of the Toba or Adi. Everyone from Israel should be Jewish. Most people don't know they are black Jewish. We have a lot of them. And then today you find their names, the Gan people, their names in the Bible. Where they, yeah. So you see their names. They were here by the 13th and 12th, and the end of 12th century to the 13th century. Yeah. So they were led by one man called Nikolai, who met his brother in Sudan called Ayikushi. They came by land, settled in Nigeria for some time before moving to present day Togo. From Togo, they moved in, and they were one of the last people who migrated to Ghana. Yes. They met the people we call the Ipiapims and the Pabus. When they came in, they were farmers. But as the capital was moved to Accra, land became scarce because of population outbreaks. So they abandoned farming and went into fishing. Yes, Gan, G-A, Gan.
Yeah, it's moving, stretching out.
They are not Akans at all.
But I was right.
Yeah, I'm a Gan. I'm a half Gan, half Ewe.
That's the crocodile deity of Egypt.
Yeah. Ew. It looks like the spell is Ew.
Crocodile hippopotamus deity.
Yeah. Ewe.
That's my phone. It's a red for my phone.
No more video room.
No more pictures, nothing.
The people of Accra are very industrious, but what they love most is the fiscal.
Gotcha.
That is part of their tradition. So no wonder the 11 boxing champions produced in the world
Papaya tree.
hail from that place. A place called Bukum. They love to fight. They have the art of fighting. all the world champions produced in Ghana hail from that area. The area looks like a slum, but don't be deceived. There are some who are very rich, but because they were born into that society, they love that area, and that is where they are radical. Yeah, there are people who actually likes radical places. Women and men are all
those
into
waters
fishing.
is inside of a bag, water in a bag.
They have
bag
very
water?
good houses,
Like the bag
rented
water,
out,
elementary school, bag water.
but they want to live in their grandmothers and grandfathers' houses. So you go there and then you see the old
The marketplace.
Yesterday I asked you to observe. The reason why I asked you to observe is this. You realize there are places that live high class, places low class. But I didn't take you to the topmost of all. They have gated communities. It's extremely beautiful. That is why I asked you to observe. When we were in cantonments, people were asking
All right. Thank you,
if
dear.
those were apartments. Those are the second class. Our system is just like a pyramid divided into 4. The top, very small, followed by the people within the top and then middle. Then you come to the middle class before the down. There are places we call the poor areas, but Accra is not one. They are the northern part of Ghana. The northern part of Ghana. Those are the impoverished areas. This area is one of the old Accra. That is why you see the place so nasty. It's old Accra. It's called Osu. This is a place ruled by the Danes. They built a Christian Ball castle. Yeah. So when we get to Accra, we'll learn more about the people of Accra. You know more about their houses. Everyone comes from a clan. Although we are all clans. So do we go to Ashanti? They also have clans.
Fix it up.
And then you have their symbols. Every clan has a symbol. My clan, my symbol is a wolf or the fox. It tells you that wherever there is a wolf or a fox, the lion never plays there. Wherever there is a wolf or a fox, the lion never hunts around. That is the meaning of my totem. That is the clan I come from. Incidentally, the one who brought the people of the Ghana area, I have the same name with that person. So I am
Office of the president and where he resides. This is just the front view.
This morning, someone was asking a question.
Wow.
No, we don't often do tours.
I told you I'm a descendant of
Unless you have been invited by the president or the vice president.
My grandfather is the first mayor of Accra and a special advisor to government. That is why
Someone is asking.
Yes, he was his advisor, special advisor. Nkrumah that does not hail from Accra, but he won elections in Accra. It was through the efforts of some people. At that time, Ghana was not well educated. My grandfather was well educated, and he was seen as a top person in Accra. So they were the people who mobilized for Nkrumah to win elections. So that is why he became his advisor and then the first black mayor. So Nkrumah would, that's why I was asking, do you have any question about Nkrumah? Johnson. Yes, it's called Johnson. He's also a fancy man, a gun and a fancy man. Bedema was supposed to be his vice, but Bedema was playing to the gallery, so he was dropped. They would learn more. Still observe, we'll be coming to this area. Would walk around this area. Still observe. This is the area that helped Ghana gain its independence. Yeah, we'll come there today. We'll surely come there today, we'll be there. So still observe. Okay, let me leave you for now. We're almost at the hotel. Please don't forget, those who want their lunch, immediately we get there. I'll take you to the restaurant and then speak to the chef there. Whatever lunch you want, you tell them. Thanks for letting me your ease. Anything called Asante or Asante people. They had lived as individual clans in the Akan area. They migrated from a place up Asante called the Bono Kingdom. By history, Bono Kingdom. But history also tells us that they migrated from Mesopotamia. We have it on record that they migrated from the Bono Kingdom, and that is where most of their camp people migrated from. But before the formation of the Asante Kingdom, they were slaves to some kingdoms because they were not united, or they didn't have a united front. In every 42 days, they were paying homage and paying royalties to the people of Dentura, also in Ghana.
In 1842.
But this did not please them at all, because the Dentura people came in and then took their women, used them, dropped them. Whatever they wanted to do with them, they did with them. Fortunately and unfortunately, one of the clan's king or chief died. So they had to find another chief from the Oyoko kingdom. the mantle fell on one man called Osaid. He was then in the eastern region where we are, in an area called Ewukubwa. So information went to him that he should come back home, for he's been selected to be the new chief of the Oyoko clan. He came back, he was made the chief, but realized his chieftaincy had no power and authority. So he had a friend from the eastern region where we are now, and he invited that friend to visit him. The friend's name was called Okonfo Anochi, a priest. Okonfo means a priest, and his name is Anochi. I told you they were practicing traditional African religion by then. But this priest was a very powerful priest. He had a lot of powers and charms. When he visited Osage Titu, he said the way a manner they are suffering, he wanted to help them. So he obliged and told the other chiefs around from the other clans that he had brought a man from the eastern region who wanted to help them. They also obliged, and then they met in an area called Bantama. Bantama, it was a forest by then. This chief priest asked them to bring their symbol of authorities. And in the southern part of Ghana, our symbol of authority is the stool and then the sword. The stool and the sword is your symbol of authority. I believe you already know about that, because when we went to Babylon, my friend Yegan spoke much about that. So that is the symbol of authority for we in the southern sector of the country. And then those in the northern sector, they enskin. They use a skin. They enskinned. So on the faithful Friday, he asked them to meet him there in Bantama. So all the 8 clans that form Ashanti today met there. He told them the purpose for which he had brought them there, that he wanted them to have a united front so that they could overcome their enemies. So that was the mission. They are gathered to go to war. So he said, okay, to have a leader, you are 8 chiefs and then a lot of queen mothers. Who will be the leader? Everybody is a chief, so who can be the leader? The first thing he did was he took their symbol of authorities, that is the stool, and then their sword. They dug a hole and he buried all their symbol of authorities in there, in Bantama, and then placed a sword on top of it. But before that, he had taken their hair, their fingernails, mixed up with concoction, and then poured libation on the stools, gave some to them to drink, and told them no one should come for those of symbol of authority. If you try coming for it, that is the end of the kingdom. But he did something. After he placed that sword, he told them no one could remove that sword. And if you try removing it, it will get it will get missing. It vanishes. After he had done that, he said, okay, he has distilled everybody. What makes you a chief? Nothing. Your symbol of authority has been taken from you. So you can never be the chief. But he said, okay, let's see who will be the king. And then the others will be his subjects. But they will be his council. I believe you've heard about the golden stool. Have you read about that?
Yes.
Yes.
The golden stool.
Tell us more. Yes.
It's everywhere here.
So he asked the chiefs to sit at a particular place, and then he conjured a stool from the sky.
Wow.
He told them whoever that stool would land on his lap automatically becomes the king. This happened in 1697. Over 300 years ago. 1697. So, fortunately, the stool landed on his friend's lap. The one who invited him to the land. So, he became the first king of the Ashantis. So, we sometimes call Ashanti region Osei Group, meaning Osei's town. Osei Group means town. So, Osei Group or Osei's town. That was not all. After he had made Osei to do the first king, he set them on war path. He went to war with the Tetra people who deceived every 42 days. Defeated the Tetras and then took the head of the Tetra king. And that is how come they freed themselves from slavery. They had conquered a lot of kingdoms to the upper part of Ghana. Not to the southern side, but to the northern part. So that made them a big kingdom. That made them a very big kingdom. Now, this is the way they inherit. Inheritance, most people inherit from their fathers. Is it true? You inherit from your father?
No, your mother.
You inherit from your mother.
Genetically.
Are you from patrilineal or matrilineal? Matrilineal. But you don't have your father's or your mother's names. You have your mother's names.
Father's names.
So you inherit patrilineally. Is that not true?
That is true.
Yes.
You inherit from your fathers, not your mothers.
Right.
But in the Ashanti kingdom, we inherit from our mothers. Can someone tell me the reason? Okay, what's the reason?
Is it because of mitochondria DNA?
Because of what?
Mitochondria DNA only comes from the mother to the child?
Do the women pass through the women?
It's only from the mother to the child. Mitochondria DNA.
No, you
You
only know who the mother is. You're never
who the
sure
mother
who
is.
the
You know who your mama is.
But you're not sure who the father is.
Daddy, mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
woman is better caretaker. Remember the Queen Mother was saying that yesterday?
Yeah.
Yes, you are correct. Before the inception of DNA, the Asantes had developed a way to inheritance. Only mothers can tell. Is that true? It is a saying in Africa. Only mothers can tell. Any woman pregnant knows a rightful owner of that pregnancy. Is it true?
True.
The women here. Hello.
True.
No, the men you can't tell. Is it true, women?
Yes.
Most of times. So women can date 4 or 5 men,
Most times.
but know exactly who impregnated them.
Yep, it only takes one.
Is it true? Exactly who impregnated it.
Man,
Women know.
put them on Jerry Springer, they be getting it wrong.
Maury.
Yeah, Maury. Jerry Springer.
So-
Maury.
In this part of Ghana, we developed DNA long ago. Before whoever developed that thing called DNA. The stool doesn't like foreigners to occupy it.
Oh,
Other than that, you'll be killed or you'll be sacrificed.
whoa.
It should come from the right lineage. So it is only the mothers who determines who ascends the Asante kingship. And supposing I am the king now, my son can never be the king. Never.
Really?
Because it will either go to my auntie, son,
Oh, yeah.
my sister's son, my grandmother, son, from a woman, not from a man. So my son can never, ever ascend that throne. And before you ascend, when the king dies, what they do is there should be a king before the old king is buried. So the queen mothers, they go into council. That is why women are powerful in our society. It is the women who select the king. And they have to do a thorough job by knowing exactly the man who gave birth to that son. So that is how they inherit from their mother's lineage, and coming from a woman, not from a man. They do this for a purpose. And I told you, if you are not the rightful person, you can't ascend that throne. You'll be sacrificed. And when you are a king and you misbehave to the queen mothers who distool you, immediately they take your slippers off you. You are no more there.
Wow.
Yes. Yes. The symbol of us, the Asante people, is the porcupine. And the motto is Ukum Apima Apimbeba. If you kill 1,000, 1,000 will resurface.
Wow.
It tells you that they are warlike people. That doesn't mean they won all their wars or the battles they went into. I told you they won to the northern part, but not to the southern part. That means the war they waged against the people of the southern side, they lost. They lost. The Asante people went into 3 battles or 3 wars with the British. They lost 2, won 1. But the interesting one was the 1900 war between the Asantes and then the British. It was about the golden stool, where the Asantes wanted the golden stool. But the Asantes refused, because that was the symbol of authority of the Asantes. So they had to hide the golden stool and then give a replica to the British. They went back and realized it was a replica. A wooden stool with gold dust. They came back to wage war against the Asantes, but they never had the golden stool. In 1900, in 1900, when the Asantes waged the war, the men went into hiding. Sorry, when the British waged the war, the men went into hiding. It took a woman, a queen mother, called Ya Asantua. Let's see those who were born on Thursdays. You are brave warriors. It took a lady called Ya Asantua, born on a Thursday,
Queen Mother,
who mobilized people against the British, fought them for almost 9 months.
Yes.
But she had to tender herself in when she realized the people were dying too much. So she was exiled, taken from here to the Seychelles Island. How come? There she lived and died. But the British never had the golden stool. Sir Hudson wanted to sit on the golden stool, which was an abomination. That is why the woman stood and fought the British for 9 solid months before she tendered herself in. That is the significance of Ya Asantua, the Queen Mother here. She comes from an area called Ebiso. That is where we'll be passing to the villages. Food. Yesterday I believe we ate fufu. You did taste fufu? Fufu is the delicacy